So hello YouTubers, my name is Paul. A lot of people have watched my videos. I am very curious about a lot of subjects, and if you look at my playlist, you'll see a lot of them are related to cosmology and astronomy and astrology and so on. And today I want to talk about something really important that is gaining more and more emphasis, and I want to first refer you to the work of a fellow named Walter Cruttenden. He wrote this book called Lost Star, Myth and Time, and basically our star, our sun, is in a dual system with another star. That's a very, very ancient tradition, and in this book he goes into it in great detail. Now, there's another fellow I want to recommend to you. His name is Santos Bonacci, and he's done a lot of work with astrotheology, and basically our legends and ancient traditions are about the stars because our system, basically, it's all about the cosmic energy. How our Earth functions, how our universe functions, how our sun functions, and so on. And there's very, very, very ancient teachings about this. And I'm going to recommend a few books to you here. This book here is called Isis Unveiled by a woman named Madame Blavatsky. Now, she went to India and studied under some people there and some teachers back in the 1800s. And she also practiced meditation on her own. And she was a great scholar. She knew a tremendous amount about the classics and research, and she was a great reader and so on. So she wrote these books, and they're very, very amazing. And this one here, called A Treatise on Cosmic Fire, absolutely fantastic book. I read this back in the 70s. You can just keep going through this the rest of your life. It'll just blow your mind. It has to do with how all the whole system works, basically. There's a lot. Stars are systems. They're energy systems. They're beings. They're powerful. They're just like amazing. For example, the planet Uranus has a legend of being like electrical in nature. And it wasn't until later in life, recently, they discovered that Uranus was tilted on its axis, and it spins. It has a tremendous gyroscopic motion, and it's made of certain gases and so on, and it produces a tremendous amount of energy within our solar system. And I'm going to talk a little bit about our second sun, Sirius, because it's a very big subject, but I want to go into it very shortly here and cover just the basic principles. Our sun has a relationship with this big star, Sirius. And Sirius is in a system that goes like this. Sirius goes around this way, and our sun with its system goes around this way in a vast cycle of 24,000 years. And let's say when our sun is way out here and Sirius is way out there, even though there's a spinning motion going on, it's a vast distance, and it's at the apex, basically. It's stressed out. And then they start to come back together toward each other again. And in that big cycle, a lot of magnetic things happen, because Sirius is not only just one star, there's another smaller star about the size of our sun that goes around it in 49.9 years. And that particular spin has a tremendous effect on our Earth and our whole system. In fact, our whole system is slowly gravitating in this retrograde motion. Our pole stars shift around like this, and it points to different places in the 360 degrees around our sky. And tracking that is a very, very old science, and it has to do with the physical effects of what happens on our Earth and our system, because these are great, tremendous dynamic systems. They're pumping out incredible amounts of light and magnetism and electricity and immense power. It's inconceivable. It's cosmic. It's truly cosmic. This is something, and how all that system works, because all that system works the way it does, the mechanics of it create our magical life. The fact that we can do everything. Everything on our planet, everything, the sun, depends on this cosmic energy that in our day-to-day life we don't think, oh, cosmic, whatever, but it affects us. There's something cosmic, truly, and astounding about the system that we're in. And what happens here is, we know in electricity that things work like a clock. For example, Sirius has a very, very different kind of light than us. It has much more light, for example, It has a tremendous magnetism. It's basically our sun's mother, you might say, or our sun's father. And that sun goes around and round and round, and as it gets closer, it starts to have more and more and more actual effects on our system. And there are very definite points when it gets to when it starts to accelerate. And for example, in the day we have the sunlight and all the plants grow, and at a certain time of year the light starts to get shorter, and then it starts, the plant is just like a switch. It starts telling the plant, oh, okay, the time has come. Lights out, folks. Okay, we better start getting those things together, so it starts to process. Now, it's a very, very definite thing that happens. Now, the cosmic teachings of the ages talk about this rhythm, this whole thing that's going on. And we're actually getting to a point where if Sirius is coming closer to us, and we're getting to a very, 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 very critical point in the spin of this whole system, because our galactic center, the center of our galaxy, cuts through this whole thing in a certain way, and I may have not drawn it precisely, but if you have these computer programs, you can look at it, and there's incredible alignments that are going on, and this is all electrical. It has to do with cosmic energy and power from various kinds of systems that are out there that affect us. Now, what's going to happen now? I believe that what we're going to get into is, first of all, the weather and all the dynamics of our entire solar system are going to start really waking up. This is what's talked about in the germinating of the seed. When the dark age, when the Sirius and our sun was so far apart, oh, the dark ages, there was literally not as much light coming into the system. And as these things come together, they start to generate a joint system of even greater size, and all the things in planets and comets and all the different things that are in this are all part of this, and we're going to get affected. I believe that at the very least, the Earth's electrical system is going to be shocked. It's going to switch. There's going to be more and more of this. I don't know how fast, but sometimes with electricity, things can happen fast, really fast. A pulse from the sun, and 3 days later, bang, the Earth can get hit. Now, that's only part of it, because there is a lot of systems around this. There's a lot of other different kinds of things, because this has a tremendously powerful gravitational attractive force. It's so powerful that it attracts our entire solar system. And this thing, if our sun feels big for our Earth, this thing is way bigger than the sun. And it's a dual system, and maybe even a tri-system. So what I'm saying is, I really believe that we're going to be prepared now for the next year and a half of some very, very, very different and interesting and unusual things going on. And it's not, there's all political stuff. Yeah, that's happening too, but new light comes in, and it literally changes our DNA. It changes the operation of laws. It actually could make things grow bigger. The weather's going to get drastic, and the Earth might even expand in some way. So I have a very limit here in my time that I can use to present this, but this is a very, very interesting subject I'm not going to go into more, and please, by all means, read the articles and the YouTube videos and of the people that I recommend. So, thanks for watching.